Welcome, chosen ones. They didn't make a mistake. They made a choice. And now, the receipt is printing in full color. This isn't another feel-good pep talk. This is your wake-up call. A message of hard truth, deep healing, and ultimate revelation. What you endured wasn't random. It wasn't a bad day or a simple misunderstanding. It was intentional, engineered, tailored to break you. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on designer betrayal. The calculated moves, the silent treatments, the fake innocence smiles. We'll expose how those who hurt you thought they'd get away with it. And why now, they're the ones facing repercussions. So lean in, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what happened. You'll see why it was always meant to happen, and how the universe is finally making them pay. Let's dive in. Number 1, the nature of the betrayal. They say pain often comes unexpectedly, as if by accident. But what if I told you that the hardest wounds aren't mistakes or slip-ups? They're calculated. They come dressed in careful disguise, wrapped in lies and manipulation. Pain doesn't always come dressed in accidents. It often shows up in designer betrayal. This kind of pain is crafted with intent, designed to hurt, confuse, and break down your spirit. Every harsh word, every cold shoulder, it wasn't random. It was a choice made in the shadows, a decision to cut you deep, knowing exactly where it would hurt the most. Behind that betrayal, there was a silent bet being placed. They made a bet on your silence. They counted on your empathy, the part of you that wants to believe the best in others, that wants to forgive, to explain away their actions. They believed you'd stay quiet, that you wouldn't speak up, wouldn't set boundaries, wouldn't reclaim your power. Because manipulators don't underestimate you, they hope you'll underestimate yourself. They bank on your doubts, your second-guessing, and your kindness to shield their true intentions. But that shield cracks when you stop hiding your truth, when you refuse to be the victim they expected you to be. Number 2, the psychological manipulation. What makes this kind of betrayal even darker is how it hides behind a mask, cruelty with a smile. They didn't just want to hurt you, they wanted to look innocent doing it. You remember those moments, right? When the same hands that pushed you down also tried to hold you close. When the words that cut deepest were wrapped in fake concern or sweet apologies. It's a twisted game. Emotional abuse dressed up as affection, designed to confuse you, make you question what's real and what's not. That smile wasn't just a smile. It was a weapon carefully wielded. And make no mistake, this wasn't some accidental damage, some careless pain. It was targeted, not collateral. They aimed right at you, picked you out like a mark. Every slight, every betrayal was engineered with precision. This wasn't about random chaos. It was about control. They knew exactly where to strike to hurt you the most, to keep you off balance, to keep you doubting your worth. To make it worse, they erased the line. Boundaries, those invisible fences meant to protect your heart, were systematically broken down, ignored, and rewritten. Each time you tried to stand firm, they pushed harder, reshaping what was acceptable, forcing you to adjust to their rules. Slowly, the line between respect and abuse disappeared, and you were left wondering where you ended and they began. It's no accident this happened. It's a calculated pattern meant to trap you in their web. Number 3, emotional toll and gaslighting. They built their peace on your chaos. While you were left carrying the weight, the endless emotional labor of trying to fix, explain, and understand, their world stayed calm and untouched. You felt like you were drowning, trying to keep your head above water, while they watched from the shore, untouched and unbothered. It wasn't fair, and it wasn't natural. You were the one who suffered the storm while they enjoyed the calm they created. And here's something important to remember. Forgiveness was never owed. So many times, we're told that healing means forgiving those who hurt us, even if they never say sorry or show remorse. But healing is yours. It doesn't require you to hand over peace to someone who never deserved it. Forgiveness can be a gift, yes, but it's not a demand, and it certainly isn't a prison to keep you tied to their actions. They trained you to whisper, to minimize your own truth, so it wouldn't shake their world. Every time you tried to speak up, you were met with doubt, denial, or silence. Slowly, you learned to shrink your voice, to second-guess what you felt, to pretend the pain wasn't as bad as it was. It's a cruel kind of conditioning, designed to keep you small and compliant. What's even harder to accept is how methodical it all was. They studied you, your fears, your hopes, your weaknesses, and then dismantled your heart piece by piece. This wasn't random cruelty. It was a calculated attack designed to break you down, to erase your power. But now you're seeing it clearly, and that clarity is your first step toward reclaiming yourself. Number 4, the repercussions. The reckoning is coming, and make no mistake, it's not about revenge, it's about reality catching up. The universe has a way of balancing the scales, even when it feels like the pain will never end. Those who chose to hurt you, who carefully planned their moves, will face the consequences of their actions. Because repercussions aren't punishment handed down, they're the natural result of what was sown. But the story doesn't end with just one person. This was a group project of betrayal. There were enablers, bystanders, and quiet witnesses who stood still or looked away while the abuse played out. Their silence made the pain louder. Their inaction gave the betrayers a green light. They helped build the stage where this betrayal was performed. And yes, it was a performance. Betrayal with choreography. Every word, every slight, every calculated moment was rehearsed. This wasn't chaos or mistakes. It was a carefully designed act meant to break you down while making the betrayers look like the victims or the heroes. It takes real skill to hide cruelty behind a smile and make it seem accidental. They were doing damage, not just their best. This wasn't about being imperfect or making bad choices under pressure. This was intentional harm, planned, executed, and covered up. Understanding that truth is painful, but it's also powerful. Because when you know what you're really up against, you can start to take back control. Number 5, empowerment and reclamation. You weren't too sensitive, far from it. The truth is, they were too savage. They aimed to break you down, to make you doubt your feelings, to paint your pain as overreaction. But your emotions are not a weakness. They're a signal, a compass pointing you toward what needs healing and what needs boundary. Your heart wasn't fragile, it was fierce. You felt deeply because you cared deeply, and that is your power. Your comeback isn't about yelling louder or proving them wrong. It's about clarity. It's the moment when the fog lifts and you see the truth for what it is. The lies, the manipulation, the false smiles, they no longer hold power over you. Trust in yourself begins to rebuild, brick by brick, because you've learned to listen to your own voice again. Healing isn't a straight path, but every step forward is a victory. And this isn't about revenge, it's about justice, a divine balance that unfolds in time. The repercussions that follow aren't your burden to carry as anger or hate. They're the universe setting things right, allowing you to rise without bitterness. Justice means reclaiming your peace, your dignity, and your life on your own terms. This is your moment, your truth, your power. You didn't break. Not really. What happened could have shattered anyone, but you didn't let it. Instead, you built something stronger, stronger than the pain, stronger than the lies, stronger than the silence they hoped to keep you in. Every scar, every tear, every hard lesson has shaped a version of you that refuses to be anything less than whole. This is growth born from fire, resilience forged in the face of betrayal. If this message speaks to you, if it lights a spark inside, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe for more truths that heal, and share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Your story matters, and so does your voice. Drop a comment below to share your journey or your thoughts. Together, we create a space where healing is possible and strength is contagious. Remember this: you are the author now. The pen is in your hands, and your story isn't over. It's just getting extraordinary. The chapters ahead hold power, purpose, and the freedom you fought so hard to claim. Keep writing, keep rising. You've only just begun.